Good evening, folks. I thought I'd just do a quick little walk around of my garden. It's evening time here, September 15th or 16th, I'm not sure. But this palmetto opening another frond here, which is really nice. I did a video on this a couple days ago. I thought I'd just do a quick little update on everything. I realized I only did this side when I posted the video, so go and check that out. But as you can see, it's been a beautiful summer day here. About 85 degrees, cooled down to about 78 now. And we got a lot of heat ahead of us. So here's a little bit of look at the garden. This Trachycarpus fortuna here I put in the ground in July. And it's doing pretty good actually. It's opened, I believe, this one, and that one. So it's growing, ain't no doubt there, it's growing. There's a little look at it from there. And I bought this exact palm from this exact supplier a couple years ago. And there it is now. We'll take a look at that in a second. But, excuse me, been battling a little bit of a sickness here. But this Mexican feathergrass here, this one's got a few green strands on it, but it really isn't doing too well, and I'm wondering why. Because this one over here is doing pretty great. So, I don't know why, but maybe one of y'all can help me out there. Anyway, we've got our elephant ear right here, which is blown up this summer. I put it in here about the same time I did this. So it's been since July, and it's pretty massive. It's even got a little bit of a trunk on it, believe it or not. Down there is my hand by it. Ton of suckers, so that's cool. I would fill in this area nicely, and this would grow big and tall. So there's that. My little nursery over here, a lot of activity. I have a lot of sables in here, mix of minor and palmetto, and some papayas that sprouted as well. Little pindo, everything's really just kind of chugging along here. So that's all good and dandy. And here's my oleanders, which I put in the ground in June, or it was late June, early July. And they've grown quite a bit, been establishing here, really loving the terrible soil, so that's great. But we'll see what they do, how they grow, how big they get, how they survive the winter and everything. I've been hearing a lot about, they're cold hardy and everything. And there's different cultivars that do better in cooler climates with these. Colder in the wintertime type. But we'll see what these do, and if they die, they can come back as well. So I'm thinking I'll put some mulch around the base and maybe some lights on it to add a little bit of heat. But it might do okay here, as well as that one. Same deal. Been growing a lot though. These are getting big. So from when I put them in the ground. And then these little red cordylines, they're hardy to hear, but they got chewed up by rabbits and they're making a slow recovery. So we'll see what goes on with that. Have a little palmetto seedling here. She's doing pretty good, I'd say. Been here for at least the summer, probably longer, but that one's good. Here, my big trachy. This guy looks huge too. He's really, really grown this year. This year's been probably the best year of growth for it. It's third summer in the ground. It just looks fantastic, I gotta say. Windmills aren't my favorite palm, but when they look nice, they're really nice. So its fronds are finally starting to really look good as of this summer. So I'm really kind of fired up on it. Looks really healthy this year. So we'll look forward to seeing how it grows throughout the continuing years. So a little more look at it there. Big dude. That trunk is getting big too. That's my hand next to it. It's got a second little sprout that came with it. It's not really grown too much, but I guess proportionately. But this guy's solid trunk. Really cool. Cannas, as always, doing great. These beautiful flowers. And they bloom all year round when they're alive, at least. They die back in the winter, but constantly in bloom, so always nice. The Mexican fan palm finally making a good comeback. I mean, this dude is huge too. Look at this. I mean, I have never seen a Mexican fan palm in the ground, you know, not really protected too much in the wintertime, this big. I mean, this is pretty huge. And we're zone 7 here, which, you know, we haven't really had a zone 7 winter for 15 years plus. But I mean, you can see how huge the fronds are. I got big time winter damage this last winter. I've got videos on it. It saw, you know, every bit of 16 degrees Fahrenheit. But it just, you know, and that was this frond back here. You know, low-key spirit pole, but it pushed out. And I spent the summer kind of pushing out these little dinky fronds here. But it is finally starting to grow some really big fronds again. And it's also starting to lean away from the house. If you can't see, it's starting to do a little like that. So you've got, you know, these huge fronds coming out finally at the end of the season here. And this guy. So there's a lot to be said for this washi. Been in the ground 3 summers now. So this will be its 3rd winter. You know, I've gotten away with not protecting it until February some years, but it is really as tall as I am at the very tip of this. You know, it comes up to my forehead, so it's, you know, if you're measuring that way, it's 6 foot. You know, easily 2.5, you know, foot of trunk here. So it's really, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with how well it's doing in this zone and with these factors. But yeah, it looks really good most of the year, and it's starting to look good towards the end of the season here. But you know, even still, better late than never. But it's growing tall. And then these cannas are great. And then I've got a little Sable Palmetto down here, which this one's doing probably the best of the bunch. I mean, really deep green, healthy little strap leaves there. And as well as this petiol's getting, whether this strap leaf is wanting to go palmate there, which is really encouraging sign. It's got another spear in there, and this one hasn't even fully opened, so got a lot of hope for this dude. He'll turn out to be something special, I'm sure. And then the Mediterranean fan palm, doing good. I mean, just blowing up. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 spears in this crown here right now, and it is just exploding, as you can see in there. So that little dude's loving the south facing slope, and we're stoked to have him. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. It's a little bit of a look here on my palms in Central Virginia and how they've been doing this summer. Again, that washi's kind of blowing me away right now, but how about it, folks? Well, I'm at it, I might as well take a gander. As you can see, this pineapple. Little sago's coming out with a new leaf. This palmetto's growing too. This Livistona, you know, super easy to protect. It's been in the ground probably 3 at least. Almost, this winter is going to be its 3rd winter. I put it in the ground in March. So it'll be 4 years in March, which is crazy. But it's looking really good. All right. That's all, folks. Till later. See ya.